Hi, everybody, and welcome to the British Over-the-Board Championships. And this morning, we're going to be looking at the under-8s and the under-10s, and it's round 5 of those competitions. So let's share my screen. And here we go in the under-8s, and we're looking at the board 1 game between Kushal Jakria and George Zhao.
Indeed. Do you want to maybe take it from the opening?
Let's take it from the beginning.
So a little move order there, offering a French defence, but White goes back into obviously his favourite Catalan.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of French defence as we were commenting on yesterday, so I wouldn't have been too surprised if it had gone there.
That was in the British proper, wasn't it?
There were in the British proper. There were stacks of them.
I think it is amazing actually, but you can see what an influence a course by a leading player actually has, because obviously Hanash has done a course on the French recently, and then we're just seeing non-stop Frenches, just all over the place. So quite funny. But this is a good old Catalan. So G3, D takes C4, and then Queen A4 check, and that's quite a solid way of playing. I mean, there are a lot of sharp lines where you go Bishop G2. But then Black gets a chance to hold on to the pawn. This is a much more solid way of playing. So Bishop G2, A6, Knight C3. This is still all pretty mainline theory. Rook B8, yeah, Queen C4. I mean, there's been quite a few games with this. In principle, it's thought to be not very much for White. Ulf Andersson has had a number of games and quite a few draws in this line as White. But yeah, I mean, it leads to quite typical Catalan positions. So yeah, quite a nice line to play, and you don't need too much theory to.
It's quite nice and solid, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's right, and yeah, thinking about it's in a way, I mean, when I was a kid, then. Everyone, if you tried to play the Catalan, everyone would have told you off and said you should be playing E4 and sacking stuff. But I think, yeah, I think basically, any system where you're developing your pieces in a good central fashion, I think is a generally good choice for juniors. I think it is important to play quite a bit of different stuff. So it is useful to to be used to playing gambits, to be used to being a pawn down and stuff like that. I think that's quite good. But a system like this is also pretty nice. It's I do remember that I used to play all those gambits, and but I wasn't really conscious that I was a pawn down. And it's only when my sort of positional sense matured a little bit that I was playing all this stuff, and I suddenly thought, but wait a minute, I'm a pawn down. Why am I a pawn down? And then that was the moment that I switched to other stuff somehow. But Queen D3, Bishop B7, all well known, castles, and I think normally C5 is played here, but Bishop D6 is quite is a little bit provocative, really, because well,
in case of E4, E5 sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So White played E4. Yeah, and actually, that's quite. I was
just thinking, just remembering again, these players are under 8, so they're like 7 years old, or yeah, really young. They're playing like many moves of very sensible chess.
Indeed. So this is actually quite interesting. I mean, B4 is possible here for Black. Trying to undermine that pawn E4. And I guess White plays E5. Yeah. And we play maybe B takes C3, and then maybe Black just takes on D6 there. And that would probably be a slight edge for White. You get the 2 bishops. And it wouldn't be so bad. Wouldn't be so bad either. Black's choice is. Yeah, Bishop E7.
Yep, just dropping back.
Yeah, just dropping back, but threatening B4 actually. So still, it's not. It looks a bit odd, but it's not crazy because in some ways as well, White's. I mean, when you look at Ulf Andersson's games, White's plan is White's anticipating the opening of the center, and then he'll aim to swap off the light squared bishops afterwards and the queens. And then sort of target weak light squares on the queen side. When you play E4, you're committing yourself really to hey, hello Minkwitz, threatens knight C5 as well.
Hi, Minkwitz.
When White plays E4, then you're not getting those positional plans anymore. You're getting a lot more attacking. I mean, I might have expected e5 here from white. That would have been kind of natural, I suppose, to just to keep on going on in the old e5 e4 way. But white
played like e5, knight d5, and then knight to e4.
Knight e4, I guess, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a sharp position, really. But okay.
So white dropped back as well, just defending that e4 pawn, so that if the other knight's kicked, then the pawn's still defended.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I mean, I do actually wonder. I mean, Minkwitz mentioned knight c5 on the previous move. This move does actually allow knight e5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it can't be taken because of the pin.
Which actually wins a pawn, I think, because knight e5. If queen e3, I go knight f g4, and you can't defend that e4 pawn. Okay. It's a little bit sharp. A little bit sharp because you take the d4. Yeah, it's a little bit sharp, but I would imagine that black's getting away with that, to be honest. So, but what black played was extremely. Hey, Nisei, good to see you. But so I think knight e5 would have been quite strong. I mean, possibly actually even Minkowitz's knight c5 would also do the trick. Although I think knight e5 is important so that you can get knight g4 and your knight's protected. But hey, Schadenfreude, good.
Hello, Schadenfreude. How are you doing?
But you're not going to complain about a move like that. The black played c5 because that's just the move that black wants to play. So it's a very sensible move. So I mean, but I think maybe there was a tactical opportunity there. But I quite like black's position here actually because yeah, I mean, black's wasted time with bishop d6 to e7, but somehow, yeah,
well, maybe it provoked e4.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could imagine, spending a lot of analysis and saying, "Oh, I've got this clever idea to provoke white into playing this." So no, it's not clear.
We'll be seeing it at the top level next.
It's not. Yeah, no. I mean, it's not clear that it's not a good idea. Actually, I mean, it's just it looks a bit weird, but it's. I mean, and I think here, in principle, it's worked out quite decently for black. Now, I'm wondering whether white
d5 for white.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondring whether I think if white doesn't do something, then white's just going to be worse. I mean, knight e5 is a huge threat now. That's a really damaging threat now. So I think d5 is the move you kind of have to look at really. And then what is black going to do? Well, I mean, c4 is a very natural move now. Followed by knight c5, and you're just going to get your pieces very active. The one thing that you have to work out is, wouldn't it be nice if we could draw some arrows here?
I'm not sure that I can. I'm trying this right click for this.
Can't do that. I'm just checking whether on chess.com
back up.
Yeah, because that would be lovely, because then we could actually do a little bit, because these games are worth it. That's the thing. They're complicated. They're and there's lots going on, but I don't actually see the games going on chess.com yet. So I don't know whether they're relaying it live or whether they're just
maybe they've got a delay. Maybe
they're just typing them up as they go along.
Yeah. I was going to say there's not much point of a delay if they're live here, if you see what I mean.
No.
On the other link.
Yeah. Knight e1 might have been sensible, but I think white was sort of looking to protect that e4 pawn. Yeah, I don't know, but I think black's I think white's got to go d5 here, but it's I think if I was black already, I'd be thinking, I like my chances. Put it that way.
So there we go, a novelty from George Zhao. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, indeed.
A theoretically important novelty.
Well, let's have a little.
Look see if it's been played before.
Yeah, give me a little. I'll just give
you a second.
I'll just do it. Very interesting, very interesting. But I mean, the impressive thing about it, just leaving everything aside, is that you're seeing the opening moves, and it's clear that some of this is being done, without actually knowing it at all. And all the moves are incredibly sensible. They're all centrally based, and you can have some thoughts about some of the moves always at the best or whatever. But I mean, it's really good. It's all really good stuff, So bishop d6 has been played 8 times by strong players, actually. Beliavsky and Naidic have
Oh gosh.
But E4 has never been played by white, which is,
Okay.
I would say, in a way, somewhat surprising.
Well, that was kind of you and I. Our first reaction was to play E4, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And then Bishop E7 is, yeah, a nice idea. So,
okay,
yeah.
so we're following Naidic then, or Black is.
Naidic and Beliavsky. That's who
and Beliavsky. Not bad.
Goodness, I mean, these guys are serious guys. So
yeah.
It's, you know, it's,
okay. Excellent. Good. That's good. We'll come back to this one. Let's see board 2. And let's go from the start. Yeah, Beliavsky and Naidic as played by 2 7-year-olds. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, they're very good. Very good. So, it's lovely. I mean, it's really. I mean, you know, we said it before, but I think it's worth saying again. You know that, and Natasha just said it now, of course. But you know, these are 6 and 7-year-olds playing this, and I have to say, I am actually amazed at the quality of the chess. And you see, you know, you see the number of young players like this playing well, and you think, wow, you know, I think Britain's got a pretty bright future if these guys can, you know, keep the enthusiasm and keep you know, keep playing chess, because
the last time we talked like this, the next thing we clicked on was this link with a 2-move win, which turned out not to be real. But so we'll just let's not. I hope we're not jinxing this game. But no, I completely.
It looks quite normal. You're hoping the over 50 players are weaker.
The over 50s, yes, Phil. Oh golly, yeah. Are you playing Schadenfreude in the over 50s? Yes, you must be, I suppose. Excellent. We're going to pop in on your game, and we'll give comments like this.
Yeah, it's because Paul Dargan's playing as well, isn't he?
Yes, Paul's playing
in as well. So
Schadenfreude. A little tip for you: if you play Paul Dargan, he plays the C3 Sicilian. Okay.
And he's probably quite keen on
Sicilian, but...
He's probably quite keen on it because his Twitch handle is B22 C3 Sicilian.
Yeah. So there's your prep for the day. Yeah. Okay. Don't say you didn't hear it here first. Okay.
So so this is E takes D4. So the Scotch.
We call this Scotch game. 16 hooves. I called it in my notes one way back because of 4 knights.
16.
That's what I've got. These old, you know, handwritten notes from a very long time ago. Okay, knight takes, B takes. Here we go.
Castle. So yeah, all standard theory here. Okay, this is Bishop D2 is a little maybe a little passive there. Bishop G5 is a normal move. It's a funny thing, actually. I mean, so many white players, very, very strong white players, have tried to make something of this, and it's always seemed absolutely dead boring equal to me, and I've never been able to understand why. But the thing is, you know, the alternative to this is to play the main lines of the Scotch, which are really, you know, really sharp and really unclear. So everyone's always looking for an easy way to a slight edge, and at times they found it, but in general, you know, this has always turned out very equal. But Bishop D2, maybe a little bit passive there. C5 from Black. It's very, really going for it there. B3. Yeah,
because the bishop. I suppose if Black ever does do C4, the bishop can drop back to E2. It hasn't gone anywhere along that diagonal it's on currently.
Yeah, so B3 played, which is a little bit risky from white there. Because, I mean, it doesn't quite work yet, but Queen A5, you know, would already be quite dangerous here. You'd be forced to play Knight B1. So,
so I guess B3, what white was trying to do was to stop C4, but actually C4, you can allow C4, I guess, because you do at least have a square to drop your bishop back to.
Yeah, I mean, well, C4 and D4 might have been quite dangerous, actually, but got to be a little bit careful. But yeah, I mean, I would have probably thrown in a little A3 first, you know, just to chase the bishop away back to A5, just away from the king's side. But B3 is a little bit risky. It doesn't lose anything yet, but it's you know, when you start seeing there are moves like Queen A5 and you're forced to play Knight B1, then you start getting a bit nervous. I start getting a bit nervous as black, because it just and this is quite a nice move as well. F3, just teasing out F3 there, and bishop H5. Yeah, bishop E6 would also have been possible. Supporting C4, would have been. But this is quite often played, this line. So put the bishop on H5. So A3, bishop A5.
Yeah. Probably pretty sensible from white to do A3.
Yeah, stops queen A5 at least. Rook B1. Rook B1 is an interesting idea, actually. Just playing for B4, just trying to break up that. Hey, Go Jetter.
Hello, Go Jetter. Go Jetter Guy. Have you changed your name? Go Jetter Guy.
I think he was Go Jetter Guy yesterday.
Was it Go Jetter Guy? Yes. Okay.
Bishop C7, very sensible.
Go Jetter Chess, I've got in my mind.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. Knight B5. Now, this next move's maybe a little bit strange from black, because that knight on B5, it doesn't have any follow-up, really. It doesn't have any. Oh, for some reason, yes, because copyright reasons. Oh,
okay.
This bishop on the C7 doesn't have this knight on B5 rather doesn't have a follow-up. So if you just played a move like bishop B8, the knight will have to retreat afterwards. And it's also a little bit loose as well. So, I mean, bishop B8, the Go Jetter. Yeah, of course, the Go Jetter is a TV show. So you don't want so I would have just gone bishop B8 to be honest, and just then chased away that knight, or try to target it with a queen B6 or something. But A6 is maybe just a little bit giving white what he wants, really.
Is it a he or a she?
Oh, sorry, I don't
know these things. We should know these things. I'm sorry, I don't know, actually.
We saw chess results, wouldn't we, actually? Sorry.
Would it say on there?
It should normally.
Badana,
yes, you're right, Natasha. So my apologies.
She. Yeah.
So, Badana is a she. Yeah. So female player. So so after C4, now that's a good positional move. Very sensible. D takes C4 again. Maybe a little. Maybe rook AD8 or something like that would be. No need to give white that for free somehow.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, so put a rook on here, just lining up against bishops and queens and things.
Yeah, and just no need to give it for free, and just often keeping your options open like that. It sort of forces white just to do a little bit more stuff. But I mean, again, black playing very sensibly here, just took and put a rook on the open file. So again, it's what you say. I mean, with these junior games, that there's some sort of things where you say where you often sort of say, oh, you might have improved your accuracy or whatever, but the basic ideas are great. So really impressive all the time.
Yeah.
So Queen C1, I think, was played, which was quite a good move.
Take the queen off
Queen
the
C2
fire.
Queen C2 would allow bishop G6. So and here you get rook B2. So rook Fe8, bishop G5. Maybe bishop F4 would have been my choice, or something like that.
I was looking at that. It's bishop F4 just attacking that queen.
Yeah, or even just a solid move like rook B2. Just protect everything and then just wait to see where you want to put that bishop.
I suppose with this one, if you want to, you can put your queen out to here, and then you're connecting your rooks.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually what white did next. Okay. So queen E5, play queen F4 there. Queen D4 check. Double edge.
Because white would quite like to swap queens, I would think, because of the bishops.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if really, it's black's activity that's compensating for the two bishops and the weaker pawn structure. So swapping off the queens is a nice idea. And actually, this is looking quite nice for white now, because takes. Now we've got a bit. I mean, was bishop A6 possible? Probably wasn't it? Bishop A6, because if you go rook A8, I go bishop B5 and then hit the. You've got rook E5. Oh, it's a little bit complicated.
Rook E5, then you take the knight.
Yeah, but I could.
Because if you take the bishop, I take the other pawn, and then I'm one pawn up.
Rook B5, bishop D4, rook A3. A little bit.
Right, with one pawn up with opposite bishop, so maybe that's.
I should take the bishop, the knight on F6 first, and then afterwards play bishop A6. It is a pawn. On the other hand, I don't. keeping control is never a bad idea. So yeah, rook BD1, I think you can thoroughly approve of as well. Just you can see that it's a little bit complicated if you take it. So just
Hi, Bashik.
Hi, Bashik. So rook D6, rook D2, rook E1. Yeah, all very sensible. H6, bishop F6.
I would do that if the rook wasn't defending and you'd have to take back with the pawn. Oh,
yeah.
this wins a pawn. It does win. No, does it win a pawn?
It doesn't win a pawn, but it's not. Well, it kind of wins a pawn actually. It's again, you might think of other moves, but this is possible. So bishop F6. So rook takes E1 force. We take back with the rook, and then rook takes F6. But we've got moves now like rook E8, for example, to D8, and we're just going to pick up the D pawn. So yeah. And actually, I mean, this bishop on H5 is in a bit of trouble as well. So yeah, so I would say
it's clearly better for white, and the question is it winning?
Yeah. I would think actually that this is kind of winning in actual fact, technically, but not easy, But basically give it to Magnus, and you'd say, yeah, finished. So King H7. Oh no, that's the last one. Yeah. So King H7. We're going to go rook D8, and I mean, there's many moves, I think, but rook D8 is the most obvious, just picking up the D pawn. You could also go rook A8 and go after the A pawn, which may be better, but it's just a little bit more risky because...
I would probably try the D pawn because I don't want the D pawn that black's got to become very dangerous.
Yeah, it's just I'm not sure that it does really because, and after rook A6, I'm going to force more or less the exchange of rooks. I think probably rook A8 is the best one, but yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, and again, you see this is British under 8s, and you're thinking, wow, people are actually just
fantastic. Every credit to the players.
They're playing really, really well, So yeah, play the nice first 20 moves and give it to Magnus. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm bored of this one now. Magnus, just press your Magnus button, and he can just kind of finish it off for you.
You just you're in the ring, then you tag him, get out of the ring, and let him finish it off. Yeah, no, that would be even better. Would be to give it to Stockfish or Leela. That would be even better. But that wouldn't be fun, would it?
Well, you could give the whole game to them, but then you're not really playing chess, you see.
Oh, your brother already won Go Jetta.
Oh, good grief. Okay. Your brother's in the under 10s, isn't he, Go Jetta? We'll get to that in a while, but we're doing the under 8s first. So,
but fantastic. Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Oh, God, we got a Najdorf here.
Let's see it.
Look at this. So, again, this might well be the influence of Anish Giri again, who's done a course on the Najdorf. So E6 F4, bishop E7. That's the move I always used to play. And then bishop D3 is unusual.
I used to play this too as black. Yeah.
So bishop D3 is unusual. Queen F3 is basically the only move really that white plays.
And there was some kind of B5 things at some point, but I wouldn't remember the move order now because it was a long time ago.
I think you said that you used to play the Poligevsky, actually. So after F4, you played B5 immediately. I seem to remember.
You remember better than me. I definitely had bishop B7 in some lines, and I definitely had B5 in some lines. Maybe I just didn't remember which one and played them interchangeably.
So bishop H4, and then here black understands very well the typical tactic that's in the position. Which is after bishop H4. This is why you play Queen F3 with white normally, to avoid this tactic, knight takes E4. Yeah. Which wins a pawn, basically.
Because if bishop E7.
Well, yeah, the game actually. Yeah, what happens in the game actually. So bishop E7, knight takes E3, hits the queen. The queen's on F3, of course, you don't get hit. That's the problem. Yeah. Knight D1. And rook D1, king D8. So in principle, black's just a pawn up here. So again, in principle, technically winning, but there's always challenges to.
There's a way to go, isn't there?
If everyone always won their games when they were a pawn up, then So rook E8, F5, and now black goes E5, which is a little bit, Okay,
The E5 square's gets a bit weak.
Yeah. So it's well, White's playing. Got to say, White's playing this very aggressively here. So A3, King F8 from Black, but now Bishop E4, and hitting this pawn on D6 again. So King E7 back.
Oh, and the king comes out. Okay.
I have to say, White blundered this pawn in the opening, but playing very, very nicely since B4 now played, and then Bishop D7, C4. Very aggressive, making it almost look like a pawn sacrifice, So, Black plays a very risky move. B5. Wow.
Yes. So C5. Yes.
Yeah, C5 played. D takes C5. I mean, wait a minute. Isn't knight takes C5 very strong here?
I'm just looking at. There must be some tactics, mustn't there?
Yeah, knight E5 wins.
Knight E5. Knight takes. Bishop takes A8.
Yeah.
Rook takes, and then rook takes E5.
Yeah. I mean, probably what you do after knight E5, bishop A8, you maybe play F6 or something like that. But I go bishop B7. I mean, it's going to be, it's a clear advantage to White.
Mm.
So, so knight E5 was okay. B takes C5 is sensible as well, but obviously knight E5 was just winning, I think.
Well, Black sensibly takes this rook off the diagonal as well.
Yeah, but this is also this is unclear basically. Bishop takes C6 now.
Okay.
Bishop takes.
Got the pawn
Knight
back.
takes C5, and then King F6. Oh, King F6. Wow.
Nice.
This is all very, very risky.
But can we take? Oh, we could take on C6, but then Black just takes on E1.
Yeah, no, this Rook D6 check that I'm thinking
Rook
about.
D6 check. All right. Rook D6 check. King takes F5.
I'd like some arrows, but it's
I
not.
I can't on this. I don't know.
No, we can't do it on here. It's not possible on here, but it's just because I mean Rook D6 check. So you go King F5. And then I can't take on C6 because there's a pin, but I could throw in a G4 check, which I think is just winning in actual fact. Because,
okay, because wherever the king goes to, you've got a discovered check.
I'll have a knight.
Knight check.
Yeah, I want to take on C6 and then have a knight discovered check somewhere and take on E8, but it's completely I don't know. I've no idea. I've no idea whether it's actually working or not. I think it should do. I think it should probably work, is my feeling.
Well, we've got it on the board actually, so that helps.
Oh, good lord! It's on the board. Yeah,
we got it on the board. That helps us. So here, King F4. So here we go.
Yeah. So now we can go Rook take. I think that King G5 was what I was more worried about. But now we can go Rook take C6 here. And after
King G5, you still have Rook C6, don't you? And then
yeah, but I can go Rook takes C6, Knight F7, King G6, and I can hit your knight on F7 when you do it. Or Knight F3 check, I go King takes G4. But here I could take on C6, Rook C6, I go Knight D3 check. That's the point.
Okay, now White has not taken on C6 actually, so we think this is a win because
so Rook C6.
Rook takes C6.
Yeah, if you go Rook E5, I've got Rook F1 check, and then I take your Rook on
check and take the other Rook, and then we're a Rook up, then White's a Rook up.
Yeah, and if Rook C6, I go Knight D3 check, and you've got no way to attack my knight because you've given me a check from D3.
Yeah, so the material then would be kind of a knight for 2 pawns. Black would have 2 pawns, and White would be winning. Which should be good enough because that C pawn's very fast.
Yeah, the C pawn's fast as well, But as has happened in the game, so that would have just been winning basically. But I think King G5 on move 26 was better because the point is when you're on G5, wherever you give a check from on F7 or on F3 eventually after Rook takes C6, I can keep on attacking the knight. So I'm not. And what happens after King G5, what the assessment of the position is, I have no idea. I mean, it's just it's a total mess. But I mean, maybe I can do stuff like King F2 simply, and then try to go for King F3, King G3, and H4 mate. I mean, there's you know, I don't have to take the immaterial. I could maybe go for mate. I mean, I'm not sure, but it would have been nice to have a board on that. But white's gone rook d4 check anyway.
King
King
g5. So I guess
and
now we can take on f7. I would think.
Yeah, but then I just go king h4 or something, and
king h4.
I mean, white's got to be careful then, because your king's restricted.
Oh, this is complicated, though. I mean,
yeah, no,
because we've got things like g5 is a discovered check if we want.
I could probably go to h5. I could go to h5 at the very least, you know, in that position.
And if because we could move our rook to the, like, say knight f7 check king h4, we could go. You're going to refute this instantly, aren't you? Rook f1. Threatening.
I'll go rook e2 probably.
You will go rook e2.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my feeling for that is the black's just better, actually, or
really.
Well, yeah, but just because the bishop's so powerful, and your knight on f7 isn't doing anything anymore. Okay. I think maybe black's better already here, actually, because I don't think that you've got.
I'm sure you're right, but I'm surprised. Yeah, I mean, I do see that bishop's kind of annoying for the king.
I mean, the only thing the thing that you could do here is go king f2, which contains some rather dangerous stuff. So, for example, after king f2, no, I'm making a big mistake here. No, because I was looking for king f2 and then the plausible move f6, for example. And I was to go h4 check, king h4, rook h1 check, king g5, rook h5 mate. But the bishop on c6 is covering h1.
Oh, you don't want to do that, then. No,
you don't want to do that. But it's just very. I mean, we've got loads of ideas, right? I mean, I could go king f2, f6, king g3, and after rook takes c5, I go rook takes c5, f takes c5, rook d6, and you can't stop h4 mate. If you see what I mean. I just bring my king up to g3 and then but I mean, it's a great position. This it's really, I mean, king f2 might be very strong as well.
What about just take on f7,
king h4,
king h4? Are you threatening something? We could just come back again.
Well, I'm threatening rook e1, so you can go knight e5 if you like.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I just go something like rook e6. Or not rook e6. If I go rook c7, maybe. Let's just keep all our. Well, no, it's true. Maybe that is. Maybe it's not so clear. But maybe after knight f7, king h4, knight e5. That's a good move. Knight e5.
King f2. Wow.
He's played my move. He played my move, poor guy.
Yes. Amazing. All right. Do you want to stick with this one, or shall we come back?
I'm just intrigued.
I am intrigued too. All right.
Black's played very, very fast here. Black's played incredibly fast here. So I'm assuming that he's going to keep on playing fast. But
it's not obvious what move to play, though. It might be a position where he shouldn't play fast.
No, this is really. I mean, I'd be spending 20 minutes here or something trying to work it out. I mean, he's got to get that king safe, and that king is in massive danger. So I'm just sort of wondering. I mean, rook e6 might be possible here, and the idea being he wants to try and.
Okay, so rook e6. What about king g3?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't play f6, then I haven't got. Okay, let's just go rook ce8 then. You know, we're just going to try and.
So you're doubling up on the e file.
Yeah, but this is really dangerous. I'm going to go h4 check, king f6, rook f4 check, and then take on f7. So this is really dangerous. This is really, really dangerous, actually. How do we do this for black?
So f6.
Yeah, king g3 simply is. I think it's winning, actually.
Oh, f6, king g3. So if we just take the knight.
Rook d6. Yeah. Oh, God.
We're going to see it all. Oh, my goodness. What a game. Amazing.
I have to say, this I mean,
it's really high quality, yeah.
This is brilliant. I mean, I think the only thing that you can criticise Black for in this game is to say, oh, you really needed to think a little bit longer.
Have a bit of a think. But I suppose if he's coming up with the best move anyway.
But I mean, King G3, I think, is the move you want to play now. And so if Rook takes E5, I'd take F3, Rook 6, and H4 is just going to be mate, which would
I would really want to put this. Yeah, so
it would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so after King G3, I mean, after King G3, H4 is the threat of mate. So H5, I think, is the move that you can try and play.
So just do it. Sorry, one more time for me. King G3. F takes E5, Rook D6, and the threat is simply H4 mate.
Yeah.
And there's no defense.
No, it's just and the same with Rook takes E5. You know, I just take with Rook takes E5, FE, Rook D6. Yeah. To be honest, those things are often quite difficult to spot because you sort of say. You're just exchanging off pieces for your attack, and then you're. But I think after King G3, the only move I can see, because H4 is the threat of mate, the only move I can see after King G3 is to go H5 immediately.
The chat is making me laugh because they're just glad they're sitting at home and not playing against any of these under 8s.
Well, I tell you, I'm starting to get a bit nervous too.
I tell you, Matthew, yeah, you wait 2 years.
I know. It's so. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? Yeah. So, but I think after King G3, H5 is not clear. Looks like.
Okay, so King G3, H5.
Yeah, and
we can check. Let's do H4.
Yeah, then I go back to H6, and I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sort of vaguely.
G3, H5. Because I might, there is a bit of a pin. We got to not lose everything if we're doing this.
What I'm also wondering about was there's stuff like, I don't think it. Oh dear me! Because I mean, there's also even H4 check, King takes H4, and then we've got some G5. Oh, this is
wow. Okay, so now wait. So what happens now?
Is this even better actually?
So if pawn takes King G3 and we're back to the position we had, and this is a force mate. If Rook takes, we do the same.
Oh, he's done it. I mean, Rook D6.
But he maybe shouldn't do it, huh? Maybe
maybe he shouldn't. I mean, no, you definitely shouldn't do it. I mean, maybe you should just move the bishop away or something.
Yeah. So do we do Rook takes, pawn takes, and King G3?
Yeah.
And White's obviously spotted it because you wouldn't come up with Rook D6 otherwise.
Yeah. Would it be okay to tweet this? Do you think? Would it be?
Oh, I think you should. It's an absolute genius.
It's not. No, I mean, it's just because it's under 8. I mean, I don't want to. But I think it's. So
no. It's public. It's all public.
I think it's so brilliant that I think it should be. Yeah, King G3 has been played. Rook takes E5. King G3. Ah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Well played. Well played. Well, let's see him finish it off.
Amazing sequence. I think, simply incredible.
Well, actually, when you tweet it, just say which age group of the British Championship do you think this comes from?
Yeah. Which position should I tweet? Actually, should I
the position before Rook D6? So show White playing Rook D6. Which age group is this from?
Yeah. Quite amazing. Yeah, I know.
Tag me in the ECF as well, and the ECF juniors. Yeah,
almost in tears.
Tag everyone.
Really, really impressive. Wow, and brilliant. So so let's have a look. So we tag, White played quite brilliant.
No, yeah. Oh, I hope hope White does find the finish.
No, he's won. He's played it.
He's played it. Okay.
Rook D6. Spot the idea and guess in which group this amazing idea was played. Let me just tag. So you, I know, of course. Natasha.
We would do ECF chess and ECF junior chess.
ECF chess. And ECF Junior.
ECF Junior chess. And you could do ECF Online Chess as well, because he'll retweet for sure.
ECF Juniors 2020, is that right?
I believe that's what I've been using. I hope it's right.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, excellent. Right, should we?
Age group is spread into, yeah. And is there a hashtag for the ECF Championships, by the way, or?
Probably, but I don't know.
Age group of the
yeah.
Championship. This amazing idea was played. Well, I mean, I have to tell you as well, I'm quite relieved I spotted the idea.
Yeah, true.
I would have been...
We didn't spot it and the kids spot it.
Yeah. But brilliant. I mean, just for the viewers at home. I mean, really, it's not, it's not play acting or anything. It's real. This is real admiration for this. Because I can definitely tell you, I was not a bad 8-year-old, but I would never have been able to find something like this. So fantastic, brilliant.
I was only learning the moves when I was 8.
Yeah, just put the finish on the board because it's been played. So
I don't know how to put the finish on the board.
No, it's been played actually. Maybe just refresh your page because the mate was actually played on the board. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, it didn't come through on mine.
So just rook d6 from rook d6 onwards.
Yeah, lovely.
From rook d6 onwards, 29 rook d6.
Oh, here we go, like this.
We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it yet on the board. Takes.
Yeah.
King d3, e4,
okay,
h4.
Okay, well played.
Brilliant.
Let's see the next one.
Fantastic.
Okay. Oh, excellent. This is always fun. Okay, not a knight g5 really sharp one. We're getting a d4.
Oh, d4. That's also quite good.
Yeah.
So knight takes e4 is the normal move in this. And yeah, it's been known for hundreds of years, basically. It's essentially it's just equal, but there's always some sharp ideas. 5e5 actually has been played a lot recently. Gawain's been Gawain Jones. Okay. English Grandmaster done quite a bit, but d5 is a little bit risky normally. Though I will have to. I'm not quite sure why. I think after e takes d5, knight takes d5. Normally we go knight g5. I think in this position, which is, I think that's quite unpleasant.
Yeah.
Because I think we're trading knight f7 and queen h5. So knight d4 is just a little less cutting.
Yeah. Really. Okay, so knight g5 would be the kind of.
Yeah, knight g5 I think is very strong for white.
Most precise,
if I remember rightly. But okay, so knight c3, choppy, takes queen f3. I mean, white's got a slight initiative here. You know, you're like a tempo and a bit up really, because you've got a bishop on c4 compared to a bishop on e7, and it's your move, so you play queen f3. So black's a little bit under.
Can't we just go bishop f4?
We do.
Good, yeah.
And then queen c5 counter hitting the bishop.
Okay.
And then bishop d6 afterwards. So black countering quite nicely, but obviously, yeah, a little bit.
You can't take on c3 because of bishop h7 uncovering the attack on the queen.
Indeed. So I mean, bishop f6 would also have been sensible maybe from black point of view, but bishop d6 is also decent. So bishop d2 protecting the pawn on c3. Not sure. Just you sort of think if I have to play that, then I'm probably I don't have anything at all. So you maybe I don't know, because there's no threat yet. You know, as Natasha pointed out, queen c3 allows bishop h7. So you'd maybe you know you'd maybe think of playing rook d1 or something. I don't know, anything to try and get some initiative. But
you got a nice answer to the tweet. The guy thought the age group was the seniors because he worked out the plan, and he's 49.
I think we'll wait for a closer guess. That's nice.
Okay.
You're slightly off.
bishop e6, rook e1, and bishop d5, activating that bishop. Although it does let white threaten mate in 1, which of course can be stopped.
Indeed. So queen h5, g6, queen h4. Rook e8, c4, bishop e6, bishop c3. This is good play from white. Very nice. Oh, queen f6. Wow.
Queen f6.
And it's all over.
Oh, gosh. Queen f2 check.
Oh, dear.
A spite check.
Indeed. Yeah. Bishop c5, king f1. Yeah, this is... this will be finished quite soon. Rook e6, very nice.
Nice.
Queen h8, picking up the rook on a8. And yeah, this is going to... rook f6, yeah. It's going to be over quite soon.
Could resign
yeah, good play from white. Hard lap black, but very good play from white there.
Okay.
Nice attacking technique. You know, putting the queen on h4, that was a good move. Combining it with c4, bishop c3 was very nice. Very nice indeed.
Okay, go Jetta. Okay. e4, e5, under 3, knight c6. Another one. Same opening.
Yeah, it's very popular at top level, this opening. So, oh, and this is what I was talking about. Knight takes e4 now. So
yes.
yeah, so we're following quite established theory here. Rook e1.
Knight c3, isn't it? Yeah. So this is also
bishop e6, bishop g5. It's all well known. This. Bishop b4 now. To be honest, I always get confused with all these lines about when you're supposed to play h6 and all that. I don't actually play them myself anymore, but this is looking quite normal, I think. Bishop b4. So knight ft2, h6. Yeah, I mean, they know the theory pretty well, it's got to be said. Queen f5.
Yeah, both players.
Bishop d2. Castles. Oh, castles. I think maybe you could have... I think in this position, just bishop e7 would have been...
instead of casting. Okay.
Bishop e7. If you go for good bishop e7, then you keep the d4 pawn, you know, and you're just a pawn up, basically, I think. Ah, ECF Online is retweeting.
Excellent. Yeah, incredible level of theory for this age. Yes, I agree.
I could just reply as well and say we are commentating at the moment.
Yes, that's a good idea.
At the moment, want to see more amazing chess. Let's have a look. It's Twitch ECF, isn't it?
Twitch TV, twitch.tv/ECF_commentary.
There we are. Whack. There we are. It's because it would be nice to get even more viewers. So okay, so here white, yeah, their black could have played for more from the opening. I think that's the point. Yeah,
because actually knight takes here is also...
yeah, I mean, now actually white's got a slight advantage here because, yeah, going to take on e6 and black didn't dare recapture with the queen on e6, or maybe decided that the f file was quite nice. It's possible too, but... So queen g6 was played. Knight e6. Yeah, queen e6 was possible, I think, but fe is a bit... Now, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so queen takes, so the pawn structure is not compromised. Yeah.
Yeah. But so f takes e6 was played. White played it just a little bit risky here because I think, you know, something like queen e2 would have been quite sensible and then play c3 or at least, you know, get the queen.
Queen off the open line because black's going to put a rook there.
Well, queen e2, knight d5. Black's got some counterplay here. This is not, yeah. FE has definitely got some points there. It feels a bit, I don't know, a little bit nervous about it, but there's quite a surprising amount of counterplay actually, because the queen on g6 is very well
Because of this open F line, right? I was going to try and
Well, yeah,
draw
the queen
arrow down it.
d6 is pretty nicely placed, hitting c2 and also stopping queen g4. So it's a bit hard to find a good spot for the white queen here. Interesting. It's risky, but yeah, not bad. So c3 was played. Rook d8, queen b3, knight d3. So rook e3, and I was wondering whether I could go knight f2 actually, and it's almost working, but not
knight
quite.
f2, knight f2.
Yeah, and then rook takes f2, king f2, rook d2 check. That sort of thing is what's appealing to you, but it's not quite. It's not quite there. Not quite there.
With rook e2 at the end.
Yeah. So rook f4 was played, which is also quite a nice move. And white played knight g3.
Oh, and then f2 does fall.
Yeah, the thing is, there's e6 is hanging as well. So it's I guess the idea is of knight g3. If you go rook f2, I've probably got rook takes d3 there. And if knight takes f2, then I've got something like queen e6 maybe. And it's not clear that this is going to be any better for black. So black played knight c5, which is not silly, because you protect the pawn on e6 and your rook can come into d2. So yeah, chances still. Queen b5, and that's actually what happened. b6, quite a sharp little game, this one. Rook a1, rook d2.
Ooh.
f3. And queen c2.
Wow.
All action there.
Yeah, so we better defend on the second row.
Yeah, so probably rook 3 e2, I guess. Yeah. And I mean, this is quite. It's one of those positions, where if white can survive it, then you'll expect then white will be nicely better, because weak pawns everywhere. But okay, not clear. Not clear at all whether you can survive this. So knight d3 played now.
So I guess white should.
This is a bit worrying. It's getting a bit worrying now.
Yeah.
We need something clever, actually.
Yeah, because we can't move the rook on e1. So the first move you think of is rook takes d2. Then black will go queen takes d2.
Yeah. And then rook e2, I've got queen d1 check. Go Jetta. That's the key point. And your king can't come out to f2, so you lose a rook. You've got to go knight f1, then I've got queen takes e2. I mean, is this actually just losing virtually?
But all right, what if we move our rook somewhere else? Oh, then you're just going to go queen.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No, go on. So rook d2, queen d2, rook a1 or something.
Yeah, I go queen e3 then.
Queen e3, and then we're going to get this smothered mate.
The good old smothered mate Rooney then. Yeah.
Oh gosh, so this is all right. So how do we defend? Is it possible to defend?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm sort of wondering. I'm not actually sure. I mean, there's got to be either there's something astonishingly clever, or
you got to start with queen e8 check, right?
Well, king h7. Yeah, it's the problem is that when I play knight takes c1 eventually. I mean, I'm covering lots of squares anyway, but knight takes c1, my queen's covering that diagonal, so it's
yeah.
I'm just sort of covering everything. That's the problem.
Yes, it's looking very schadenfreude. Queen b3.
Queen b3. I've got knight takes e1 then. That's the problem. Queen b, it's a nice try, but queen b3, I've got knight takes e1, queen takes c2, rook takes c2. And my rook's protected by the knight on e1.
And then we take on e1 though. Oh no, then we're exchanged down.
Yeah, you just I take on b2 and you just exchange down. I don't know. I really don't know how you do this.
Knight e1. Queen takes e6, king f7, but the queen's on the diagonal, so there's nothing to do.
Yeah, I mean the rook's covering as well, and if you take on E1, I take on G2 with mate.
Sax exchange, but maybe necessary.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the best white's got. Yeah.
But then it's just losing really.
All right.
Golly.
Let's carry on. I think this is going to be different. This could be losing for white here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, this is quite even, I think. No, actually, black's pawn up. Sorry, yeah, it can be difficult for black to.
Okay, one of these ones.
Another Italian. Oh yeah, this is the old-fashioned. Oh, the Muller Gambit. Look at that! It's a Muller Gambit. Okay,
now we discussed this yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, knight c3.
Knight c3. Knight takes c4,
castles. And then it's bishop takes. The normal move is bishop takes c3 here, and then d5 is. You play this as black. So
hi, Mark.
Bishop takes c. Hey, Mark. Is rook e4 possible or stupid? Rook e4, we go in that line after rook d2. I probably can just take on e4 then. Or and then I think I'm just getting mate afterwards because Mark. Because after I go rook takes e4, if you take with a knight, I go queen e1 mate, and if you take with a pawn, I just go queen f2 and then queen e1 mate, Mark. So I think it's just winning. It's amazing out of nowhere. So so bishop c3, and then b takes c3, d5 is a Steinitz-Lasker game. But bishop takes c3 and then d5 from white is the Muller Gambit, which is supposed to be a draw, I think. King g3 h4 mate, yes, indeed.
Okay, so black's played it with knight c3.
People are guessing the idea now, but they're not finding it easy. Yeah, this should actually just be winning for white. I actually think that queen b3 is even stronger. Bishop a1 and then bishop f7 and bishop a3 in one go. I think that's supposed to be the winning line.
Queen b3 here.
Yeah, instead of bishop a3. Yeah, I think queen b3 immediately was supposed to be winning.
Okay, and so if takes, you take, yeah, okay.
I think you take on f7, you go bishop g5 and rook e1. I think that was the, that was supposed to be winning immediately. Oh, bishop forked. Ooh. But okay, bishop a3 was played. And then d6. Rook c1, bishop a5. Oh, well, we're going to pick up a piece here. Queen a4. Castles and d5.
Yep.
Knight e7, queen a5. So wow, white was a piece up in this game.
Yeah.
But when we saw it later, he was a pawn down. So
all right, let's have a look.
Okay, so bishop e2 so far, all great from white.
Doing very well for white, yeah.
Again, doing very nicely. Bishop b5, c6. Yeah, this is all good. Takes. And bishop c6 is great. Knight c6, knight f5. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's good. Rook c8. Okay. Queen b3 check. Yeah, I mean, this is white's doing a great job here. So what went wrong here? Knight d4. Rook b8, queen a3. Still all fine. Knight e5. Takes, queen c3. Knight d3. Okay, I mean, black's playing resourcefully, but here. Oh no! So rook b8. You could have just swapped off queens. That would have been fine.
Take the queen, and then it's
But okay, knight c6 was played. Rook 8, and then I think that white just totally forgot that after queen e3. Queen takes c6, the e8
okay.
And that's just a whole, it's a whole piece.
Yeah, so white's been playing really, really well up to this point.
Yeah, white's been playing really well. I mean, black's been defending very toughly, but
yeah,
this is a blunder, unfortunately. And now white's just a bit worse. Pawn down. But okay, white's played it very sensibly here. So you know, you'd have thought maybe that ooh, that's a bit risky. Oh, okay, rook a7. So
okay, it's got the pawn back.
Got the pawn back. And if anyone's a little bit better, it's white again now. So it's not huge, but queen c4. So well, we could take, if we take, then we go rook d1 to c1. The a and c pawns will get swapped off. So should be a draw, this really, but maybe we'll see whether white wants to take a little bit of a gamble and try and let the d pawn run, but play against the king is probably a little bit too risky in general. But the black king is a little bit open. I mean, queen d1, you know, would sort of open up the idea of queen h5 check. So you never know. But I'm a bit afraid that the black can just sort of leave his king a little bit open and then just keep on pushing the d pawn. That would probably be a good counterplay. So yeah, and yeah, no, I think a draw, queen c4 and draw would be the normal thing.
All righty, this one's finished, and it was a win. And it's a French defense, an exchange French.
I haven't had too many replies to my tweet, but I think people are not sure what the idea is, to be honest.
I haven't worked it out. Well, I think it isn't it. You don't normally give the answer on a puzzle anyway, do you? Because
no. Knight bd2. So just okay, bishop f5. I could have done it immediately, but that's still a decent move. Ooh, I would have taken on d3.
Take on d3 and give white these double pawns.
Yeah, I would have done it immediately and given the chance. But actually, white seems to be looking for it, funnily enough, because after queen e2, bishop d3 took back with a c pawn anyway.
Okay.
Sometimes these are decent ideas, but not in this position. I don't think it's just giving a bit of an unnecessary weakness there. So that playing quite sensibly here. h3, rook e8. Yeah, good play from black in general. Just pieces nicely centralized like that. Takes. Ooh, no, there wasn't bishop f4, but felt like there should be. c4. Oh, can see what's happening now. So takes and knight a5. And
no, I can see what's about to happen as well. This queen is undefended now on d2.
Yeah, so bishop h2 happened. Yeah, knight d4 would have been a much better move there for white. So yeah, rook c4, rook takes c4, and yeah, it's just going to be
yeah, okay.
Finished there. Hard luck, white. Well played, black.
Okay.
And finally,
and the line for this section.
Black a piece up in this game, so looking good for black. A c3 Sicilian.
d3 Sicilian. Yeah.
Dargan would have been it.
b22 c3. I think he just messaged me on Facebook. Oh yes, but it's.
They all trashed me. Go Jetta guy said I've met a lot of these under 8s. They all trashed me.
Oh no.
I think that's going to be a common recurring theme. I think.
I wonder if they're all getting coaching.
I guess so.
Yes, so yes. Good. Well done the players and the parents for supporting them, and well done the coaches.
Indeed. Parents very important. Oh, there's a nice pawn that's gone missing there. Bishop c4. So knight c7, knight bd7. Okay, so white's just got a nice extra pawn there. So in principle, yeah, looking very nice for white. Bishop takes, knight e4. Yeah, it's a decent move. Queen f4. Yeah, rook e1 was a sort of move you sort of play naturally, really. You know, just get your pawn up, just get your rooks in the center, consolidate.
Which rook would you like to put on e1?
F.
Yeah, and just put the other one on the d file, maybe.
Yeah, other one on the d file, and try and consolidate your king. You know, at some stage play, you know, h3, and you can offer the exchange of queens because you're a pawn up. You know, that sort of thing. It should just be. This is looking a little bit. You're just getting yourself into a bit of a tangle there now with your pieces. Knight ed2, knight c4, and knight c4. So there's a little bit of compensation because, you know, got the nice bishop now. Actually, I mean, bishop a6 was possible here already. Actually, winning the exchange.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because the knight on c7 is defended by the queen, so bishop a6 would have been good already. But oh, good lord!
Okay,
queen e3.
now we can defend it with c4.
Yeah, but white went knight c4 here, which is a self-pin. So
probably c4 is better just because it's the pawn's less valuable piece to put in the way.
Yeah, and then knight d5, and I mean b3 still is possible actually. I mean it's got a lot worse now, but white gave up the piece with queen d2.
Okay.
And then bishop takes c4, and I mean obviously black should be winning this now.
Yeah.
So I mean still going on, but yeah. Taking a while with the knight, but still just clearly winning there.
So this should be a black.
Yeah, we're going to cover the British Championship this afternoon, Passport.
We are, yes. Okay, excellent. So that is that's the under-8s. Should we just pop back? There were a couple of games that were very interesting. Should we just pop back on boards 1 and 2 because they were?
Okay. So a win for black there. It was an interesting opening idea, and so we were it was move 12. We were on. Yeah, after c5. And white thought for a very long time here over this move, but this is a beautiful position for black. Actually, it's a dream sort of Queen's Gambit accepted, really. Freddie versus Mark this afternoon.
Oh, lovely! Can't wait. Did they play before? They played.
Yeah, they played at the online. Freddie beat Mark at the online.
Because he played Mickey, Mark, and Keith, did he? Freddie?
Yeah, that's right. I think, and I think Freddie beat Mark. I think that was a misclick. I'm not. I don't want to slander anyone, but I think that was one where Mark did a misclick.
Okay.
But I think position was sort of even, but there and then
he lost to Keith, didn't he? But he was
very much better. It was a thrilling.
Yeah.
Really
and then he drew with Mickey. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't claim a misclick. Okay, there was one. Sorry, it's just where Mark lost one with a misclick, and I thought it was that one, but no. Okay, that's no worries. So very exciting. That's a very nice matchup there. So, knight takes f2.
Yeah, this is gonna.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I mean, yeah. This is all going horribly wrong. Nice tactics from black, and that's a rook.
Oh, check. I was going to say shouldn't white play knight f6, but it's check.
Yeah, and a whole rook gone there. So hard luck, white, and well played, black. Yeah.
And let's just pop back in on board 2, and then where were we?
That's a mate there.
We didn't get as far as this, did we?
No. Oh, there we are. We said which pawn you're going to go after. Rook e8. White went rook d8. Actually, so 28. Move 28.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And then rook f4 was played to defend the pawn, and then white took the a pawn. So that worked out even better. And then you just got 2 passed queenside pawns there. So
okay, fine. Good. Let's well played, white, and let's see the under 10s.
Yeah, let's go to the under 10s now. Given a
lot
of attention to the under 8s, but I think we've seen some excellent games there. So brilliant.
Yes. Do you want to do your screen now?
Grandmaster Perunovic saying, wonderful idea.
Ah, lovely. Okay. No, sorry, I've got it actually. Okay. Ooh, right.
He doesn't actually. He doesn't actually have a guess at the age of the
No.
of the players. I think people are probably also a little bit worried about that. Let's have a look. So, yeah, Kai Hanash against Jan Moravsky. Both these players have been playing very well so far in the under-10s. Some good games. Jan blundered a piece somewhere, but then played a great game and almost made it look as if it was a sacrifice. So he had a very tough game yesterday, Jan Moravsky, but looks like he came through with that one. So, okay, we've got another one of these. Okay, this is the the main line. This is a big main line at the moment. So this is the line that Gawain's been playing an awful lot. Gawain Jones. So
this is the same as the one we just looked at, right?
Well, no, when d4 early and then castled in the other one. So,
okay.
This is a line that that Gawain's been playing. So e5, d5, bishop b5, knight e4, cd, and bishop b4 check. So bishop b6 has been played at the elite level an awful lot. Bishop b4 check is, funnily enough, I've played this in Blitz a fair amount, and bishop b4 check was the line that I always got. And to be honest, I never really understood why it wasn't just a relatively easy equalizer, actually. So, yeah, bishop d2.
I was going to say, maybe we'll find out. But if you're learning your theory from the under-10s, that's a good sign for the future.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to take on c6 and play queen c2 here. That's supposed to be the idea. But I was never 100% really impressed with it. Bishop f3, queen f3, queen g5. So a little bit awkward for white around the b2 knight. But yeah, I mean, you are going to give black some weaknesses on the c file, of course. So yeah, you know, that's what you're sort of hoping that long term you're good. a3, bishop d2, rook d2, and f6. Very nice, good play from black. You know, just but he's a good attacking player, Jan. He plays very aggressively and directly all the time. You know, so so h4 played, queen g6, and yeah, white got a little bit worried about this and decided to castle, but then black's picked up a pawn. So yeah.
Okay.
So and then e4, yeah, e4. That's a good move, I think. Even gives you the f3 square. So queen f6 played. I would have maybe, yeah. I mean, that c pawn is a little bit awkward. Let's have a look how he did this, because it's not 100% clear. Queen g3, rook e8, rook c3, rook e7. So I mean, black's played the queen to f6 to stop white from doubling on the c file, which is probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Rook e3, queen d6, rook c3, queen takes g3, rook g3, king f7. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about how black's done this, but it's quite it's a bit tricky. But I mean, for example, I think you should have played rook f6 here. You could have covered your c pawn that way, for example. And I'm not sure you should have been exchanging off queens, really, because I don't think in the ending you're better than in the middle game.
White's relying on the old motto that all rook endings are drawn.
Well, yeah, but I mean, actually, white's picking up the c6 pawn now. So rook c3, rook e6, rook c2. So now the material's equal, and the remaining rook ending is quite equal as well, really.
Yeah.
So rook c3, I would have put it on c5, to be honest. That feels more natural. b4, rook c5, rook b6, rook c5, king d6. I'll probably have played rook a5 here, just to stop black from playing rook a6.
Yeah.
But okay, king h2, rook a6, rook c6. Wow, that's a brave decision.
So how is this? How's the ending?
I have no idea. I have simply no idea. I wouldn't have dared do that one. It's possibly, it could be quite good for black if you're getting into the if you're getting into a4.
Black will come around b5, c4, and take on d4, maybe.
Yeah, that's the idea. But you can play a4 with black, so you can really slow down black an awful lot. So, yeah. Wow.
White will come out via F4, I suppose. Oh, they've taken it anyway, so we'll find out.
Yeah, they've done it. So we can have a look. A4, stopping.
Yeah.
So, okay, King B6. It's all a bit slow though. King G3.
B6 looks strange to me.
No, it's got an idea. Have a look at what he did.
Okay.
So C6 and then A5. That's the idea. So, and he needs C6 to stop B5. That's the point.
Yeah,
My goodness, I've got no idea what's going on here. No, that's actually looking quite good. Just looking quite good for black, actually.
Yeah.
It's looking winning for black, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, what would you do, King? You're never going to be fast enough, King. What about King E5, King F6, King F7?
Yeah, the problem is you just play, King E5, King A4, King E6. I go King B5 and King F7. I go C5.
Yeah.
Then I just go D takes C5, D4, and that's the end of that. So,
but if White comes backwards, then
that's never going to hold. Looks like maybe it was winning. Maybe it was winning.
I have to say, Jan Morsden understands his king and pawn endings very well.
Yeah, that was a great decision, but it looks wasn't obvious to me that was winning, but looking very good. So takes King D6, King B5, G4, and then we just go after the D4 pawn. And that's just going to be winning. Takes King D6, King C4, and this pawn runs. Yeah.
And black will win, and I think probably has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well played. Well played.
Game play. Okay. Let's see, Alana. So this one's finished. Black won this game, but let's. Oh, it's Mora. Oh no, Mora not winning.
Mora. Oh, it's a C3.
C6.
So knight C3, Bishop B4. Oh, Bishop D2, Queen A5. I think haven't we seen Harry doing Bishop B4, Queen A5 again. I think it's something that he likes doing. This plan.
Okay.
Queen A5. Knight E2 would probably have been a little bit annoying for blacks. There's a limit to how much pressure you can put on the C3 pawn, and then you'll just get chased back afterwards. But okay, White played Knight D5.
Hi, Ninja Review.
Takes. Hi, Ninja. So F4, Knight C6, Knight F3, D6. Yeah, this has turned out quite nicely for White. The queen's for black rather. That queen's a little bit awkward, but should be fine. So Bishop D3, Bishop D7 with a threat on D4 now. So Bishop C2, castles, Queen D3, stopping mate. A3. White really needs to get castled pretty soon. And now it's too late after Knight E7 because castles allows Bishop B5. Well, King F2 played, but Bishop B5, King D2, Rook C6. Black playing very nicely here. I mean, these are all quite sensible moves. Bishop B1, Rook FC8. Certainly can't complain about the way Black's mobilized his pieces here.
Good control of the C file.
Yeah. So, A4 though. Actually.
Okay.
Black...
Yes. Alana fighting back and winning material.
Actually winning material. It's true. Queen B3. Oh my goodness me. Rook E3. No, I was giving the sort of the dialogue that Black was pressing, but actually Black's overdone it a bit and lost a piece there. So White here is actually completely winning. So Bishop D3, Queen B6, but there's still it's a bit messy with the White King a little bit exposed and everything. But yeah, I mean White is definitely a piece up here. Rook A2, so Knight D5. Ooh, that's maybe getting a little awkward. Okay, so probably there were. I think you could.
If you move the rook back, you can take on.
Well, no, Knight B4. I think Knight B4.
Yeah.
The awkward thing. That's that's a bit unfortunate. So, White played Rook C2. I mean, maybe Rook B2. Probably You have to give the material back, but maybe you don't have to, because here I think you're giving back a lot of material. So 93. Oh no, maybe not. 93. Rook c takes c3. Rook takes c3. And now
you can't play queen takes c3 because of 91.
Yeah, so probably king takes c3. Oh,
that's what you can't do. So
yeah.
how is it if you don't do that?
Yeah, if you go queen takes c3, white's doing quite well still. King e3.
Yeah.
Probably around. Is it around even? Maybe around even, because black's rook and queen are quite active, and you haven't got any direct kingside attack yet. So I mean, something like queen e3 or king e3, rook a3 is probably quite balanced still. But yeah, queen c3 is very unfortunate there because of knight d1 check. Yeah, hard luck, white.
Hard
well
luck
played,
there.
well played, black.
Okay, Emil Steiners against Kian Ward.
Ooh, so we've got that's just winning for white actually. So let's have a look at that. A Scotch Gambit.
Gambit.
Yeah, bishop c3 is a little bit early there. You don't need to do that yet because there's no threat. So bishop g4 would be normal first of all, but okay. Might just end up transposing castles. Yeah, that's a shame. Hey, Macbeth.
Hey, Macbeth.
5 c4 queen d6 bishop d3. So quite sensible play from bishop a3 is a little a sneaky little one there, but black can just about deal with it. Knight b4. Rook b1.
You missed some really good play by the under 8s today.
He's
have to watch it back later if you didn't.
He saw the tweet.
He's right. Oh, good.
Yeah. I saw you like the tweet. So rook b1. So somehow white's won a pawn there. Won that pawn on b4. Hey, Ocelot, how are things?
Hello, Ocelot.
f5, rook d1. So black's got a little bit of compensation, but I probably wouldn't have wanted to exchange off that knight myself, just to your pawn down. So the more pieces that are on, the more chance you feel that this stuff could happen.
I would like to play knight g5, but black can just go. Can black just go knight h3?
Yeah, I think probably not. I mean, I could go king h2 afterwards and just pick up the knight, but yeah, knight e5 would also be a good move. But knight g5 is quite sensible. I mean, just swapping off pieces, your pawn up can't be bad. Queen f3, rook e4, d5, takes, queen f6, queen b3. Oh, and there's a little bit of a trick coming along here.
Okay, so if queen takes, we go rook e8.
g6. That can't be right.
Illegal.
I think king f7, rook takes d8 was probably played, I think. Yeah. How strange that an illegal move. Yeah, okay. And now we're back. And rook takes d8 will be played, winning a rook.
Yes. Okay, so white will win this game.
White will win this game, indeed.
Okay.
A draw. Ha-ha.
Ha-ha-ha.
A London system. So quite, this is a well-known theoretical line, this one. g6 takes. Knight f3, bishop f5. I think queen b3 is more normal here for white as an attempt to
d3.
Yeah. I think it's because can get a little bit awkward. But I think black goes queen b6, and then we maybe take twice, and we've got stuff like bishop c7 as well, just to attack that pawn on b6 after. So I think queen b3 is normal as far as I'm aware. But okay. Takes. In principle, this should be just fine for black. I mean, you're well developed, and yeah, rook e8, bishop h2, rook ad8. Sensible play from both sides. Yeah, very sensible. All of this takes with a pawn on c6. Yeah, not bad. Unbalance things a little bit. b4, queen e7, knight b3, e4. That's e4's a bit a bit.
Oh, it lets this bishop out, doesn't it?
A bit double-edged. Yeah, the bishop on H2 gets
H2 bishop is now suddenly has a lot more life.
I would have been interested in knight b6, for example, just trying to get into the c4 square. That might have been quite interesting. But okay, e4, queen d2, knight b6. Yeah, I would have done it without going e4. Really, would have been my my feeling, because bishop on h2 is quite annoying. So queen a4 takes. Rook a8. Oh, queen takes c6. My goodness. And a4. So all of a sudden it looks like white's doing quite nicely.
Queens are looking quite powerful now, aren't they?
Yeah, and so bishop e5 is a good idea, just to block out the bishop. Takes. Knight d7, queen f5. And knight b6 was probably played, I guess.
It was.
Takes. Rook db8. Queen d6. And then rook d8. It sort of was. Is this really?
Sort of feel like white's better.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering. I mean, the idea, of course, is that you think that you're going to pick up the a4 pawn. That's the thing, which might be true. But I would have thought that you'd have some way to get your pieces nicely, and then maybe have a bit of fun with the b pawn afterwards. That you're never going to lose this with white. I mean,
it's a little bit behind on the clock, to be fair.
Yeah. I think that was maybe part of it. It's just even if you end up with just the b4 pawn left, you'll never lose it. I mean, you'll always be able to swap the b pawn for the d pawn at the very least. So I think it's worth playing.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how, but I mean, maybe something like you play queen d6, rook d8, queen e7 or something, rook e8, and then come back to c5 and then push the b pawn. I think. Yeah, that would be a slight edge for white, but with the time being a little bit short, you can understand a bit of nervousness there.
Okay, well, let's see this one.
Ooh, very exciting.
Najdorf.
So yeah, all quite well known, I think. This so. Knight d7, king b1, b4. I think knight a4 is normal, but okay. d5 takes. Yeah, white playing this a little bit quietly somehow. I mean, these are very difficult positions to play for white. There's huge amounts of theory on this.
Would you be more inclined to go bishop out to e5, g5? Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's all, in general, if you're taking on d5 and you haven't got any sack on e6 or something, then black's just doing very nicely. I mean, you've really got to, it's really from the start, you've got to be, you've got to throw in g4 as well and try and disrupt the black position. I mean, there's massive theory on it. Just playing these positions quietly as white, you can end up worse very quickly. That's the thing. So it's black playing it quite nicely. Knight f4 is a little bit funny, maybe, but yeah, bishop e4 would be kind of natural here, but bishop e3 played. So black's got the two bishops here and gets his knight into c4 with tempo. So yeah, this is looking very nice now for black. In we go, bishop d5. Bishop d5, in principle, a good move. Just feels a little bit risky. Because when the knight on d4,
pin on the e file, do you think?
Yeah, when the knight moves away, there's something. I mean, I don't know whether there's anything. I mean, knight d5. Maybe you can just protect it with queen c5, and there's nothing. It just feels a little bit risky. And knight e6, you take with a bishop on e6, so maybe there's nothing. Yeah. Just feels that it's just one of those things where you think, oh, I'm not sure, but okay. Rook e1 played. Queen a5, knight b3, queen b5, still all hanging together, looks like. Queen d3, threatening queen takes d5, but bishop b7. I would have thought knight f5 here, though, would be...
f5, yeah.
Would start getting a little bit awkward for...
yeah, you could do it right here, couldn't you? Because if it you go take on d5.
I don't know, yeah, it feels like black's a little bit slow there, and that, white White could start doing some stuff. Knight f5, for example. Queen
Yeah,
d4.
I think knight f5 here.
Yeah, queen d4 played f6. Queen g4, king f7.
I suppose you could still do knight f5 here as well, couldn't you?
You could do as well. Yeah, absolutely. But this is going to be quite interesting. I guess White's playing knight d4 now.
Knight d4 played.
Okay, it's going to get sharp. Queen a5. Okay, I was thinking more queen b6 to try and cover the e6 square.
Yeah.
Queen a5. Okay. Knight takes c6.
To keep defending.
But knight takes c6. Knight takes c6. Yeah, knight b3 has been played again. The idea was if knight takes c6, then there was knight d2 check with mate.
So here, sorry, just here. If knight takes e6 here, then
then we have knight d2 check with mate.
Mate on a2. Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah. So that was pretty good. But
okay.
So knight b3 is played again. So maybe repetition. Maybe we just play queen b6 here with black if we want to risk it. The only interesting thing there is that White's got either knight f5 after queen b6, or could play rook takes d5 and then rook takes c7.
Yeah.
I mean, which is total murky mess. Maybe winning for White. Come to think of it, maybe. So so maybe queen b5 is necessary, and then I mean knight d4, queen a5 would be a repetition. But yeah, you have the feeling somehow that White might sort of have more than just a draw. The question is how.
Question is, which order do you play your moves in?
Yeah, I mean queen b5, knight f5 seems very tempting. Simply because if e takes f5, I go rook takes c7 check, king e7, queen g7 check. Which feels like it's worth a second look anyway. But it's very complicated. I mean, it's not. No, that must be good. That must be very good for White. So I think queen b5, knight f5 would be a nice idea.
Yeah.
Then you might go bishop f8 with black just to get out of that. But then I've got stuff like knight d4. The tactics must be working for you.
Yeah.
It must be working for you. I really feel so risky for black this now. So we're going to see, but yeah,
yes,
quite good for.
Okay, let's see this one.
Ooh, that's
another French defense.
French exchange. They're very popular at the junior level. The French exchange.
Yeah.
As I said, I think there was a book that recommended it. I think so. Maybe that one's been the influence. It's I mean, the thing is, the normal French lines are quite complex, so easy to get lost in them. So from that point of view, playing the French exchange, but you can play it a little bit more aggressively.
Didn't Geary's wife do a DVD on it?
No, Geary did on
the French. I think Geary's wife did a DVD on Bishop D3 in the French exchange, if I'm remembering right, which I might not be.
Surely not.
No.
Let's have a look.
No, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
It's what's her name? She's Pico.
I've forgotten her. No, yes, Pico, isn't it?
Hoorah!
She does DVDs on some stuff.
Thank you. No, I know she's definitely done DVDs on some stuff,
but whether or not it's the French exchange, I'm having my bluffers being called.
Yes, exactly. Let's find French exchange. You are right.
Yay!
So it's a series beat the Caracan Perkin French, and there she's recommending the French. Okay. Whatty? Oh, D3, but I think that's wrong. Bishop D3, probably. You're absolutely right, Natasha.
There you go.
My goodness me. Finger on the pulse of
You sound so surprised.
There we are. So no, but it's just I'm trying to work out. You don't.
You're impressed. Now just move on. Now move on. It's enough.
Play the French. You don't
it's
play.
enough. I don't. But I actually do. I actually do as white. I do play e4.
Yeah, but the exchange French is not what you play. You play anything.
But I could. It's not impossible that I would play it.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, 1-0 to Natasha on that one. So C3, 97. Queen C7, takes. Okay, so lots of exchanges happening. That can happen in the exchange French. Queen D8. That's a good move, Rook E3. I like that move. Not automatically exchanging, but making, asking black exchange off and develop my knight at the same time. I like that move very much. That's good. That's good positional play. I mean, it's still completely equal, but it's just but that's good positional play in general to do that. You know, we had a moment yesterday where we saw one of the juniors just all exchanging everything automatically and then losing because he'd lost control of the file. You know, and yeah, this is a good reaction to developers straight away. You know, so G4. But it's very easy, you know. Yeah, F5 is a little bit risky somehow, but it is. You know, you do notice in Blitz and Bullet that it's possible to lose anything, any position, and that what you see from Magnus's games that simply trying hard and you know, showing a lot of determination that can lead to anything. And well, look at this one.
This is looking promising for white now.
Well, not only promising, it's looking absolutely winning because there's a very cunning idea here.
Oh, and skewer.
Yeah, because after King F6, we're not going Queen F8,
well Queen spotted, D8. Actually. Yeah, well
very nicely spotted. Yeah, very nicely spotted. And to be honest, I mean, if you can win these sort of positions as white, then you know, just think what you're going to do when you get clearly better position. So very, very nice game from white. Hard like black, but yeah, white played very, very well there.
Okay. So now we are. This is.
Oh, what a mating position!
This is Gojet's brother, isn't it? This is.
Oh, do you mind, Gojet? Do you mind if I tweet that final position because I think that's an amazing final position. Look at that one.
This is the under 10s. Yeah. Okay, let's see how we got there.
Was that a Muller Gambit actually, or
no? No.
It was a London system, wasn't it? It was a London system, must have been.
No.
No, not even.
No, it's knight F3.
Okay. What a mate.
Okay. So white's coming in, aiming for a fork on C7. Ooh, and gets it because white sacks the rook and check.
What is happening here? Oh. Painful with Twitter. Trying to tag everyone, just ending up 16 different lines. Let me have a look. Lovely finish from, I want to call him Godesh. From.
You probably better not just say Gojet's brother.
No, that's right. Yeah, no, that's right. I was going to say, I almost typed it, but from just get his name absolutely right. Adit H. It's the H I always forget. H way from Aditya. What a beautiful finish, I have to say. So knight A8, King C8, Bishop F4. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a mate. Want to play through? Yeah. Play through the rest of the game. E4. Oh, very nice. E4. Definitely going for it.
Check.
King C7.
Check.
King E8. Check.
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 Check. And check.
Lovely vision. Lovely vision.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Let's just do it again quickly from E4.
Yeah.
Check. Check.
Lovely to see that you needed to do that. Oh, no, fantastic. Didn't spend much time either, White, so saw that very quickly.
Yeah. Well done. Good his brother. Okay. And then the last one in the under 10s. Another London system.
Yes.
Symmetric.
Bishop d6, bishop g3, castle c3, a6, maybe a little strange, but okay. I think I'd go for f4 now, to be honest, in that sort of position, and just claim that you've got a sort of, like a reverse Dutch, really. Black blunders here, actually. So knight takes f7 works here.
Yes, because the bishop
very typical London system trick.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So all right, but knight d7 played. Yeah, this is a little bit. This is not really doing it for either side. So c4, b3, a sensible game, but yeah, I think there's a lot more chances, I think, that you can do really. But and a draw, agreed there.
Agreed. Okay, very good. And now, what do you want to?
Well, let's have a look. Jan Moravsky has actually won that. We saw. I think we actually saw all the other games. We still got one live game, haven't we?
Let's see the live one. Yeah.
Yeah. This was exciting. This one. Let's have a look.
Yeah. So where did we get up to? Actually, we were on knight b3, weren't we? Something like that. Queen b5. Queen d4.
Queen d4. Yeah. No, I think knight f5 was really the move. I think that was really.
Yes. And then you were thinking of a.
If e5, the rook e7 check, king e7, queen g7, king d6, bishop f4. And the problem is, if your king goes to c6, I've got knight d4 check, 4 king, queen, and king. Yes. So you've got to go knight e5. I go queen f6 check, and I pick up everything more or less. So I think knight f5, you have to go bishop f8, but then we're going to have some stuff there. I mean, I can't tell you what, but there's going to be something there. I mean, that's just there's too many things hanging.
Okay.
I mean, actually, oh yeah, knight h6 check even. Oh yeah. Oh, what a shame we can't. I so wish we could demonstrate on the board. Maybe I'll need to get.
You could copy it onto something, and
I could pop it onto chess-base. So maybe for next round, yeah. Next time, we won't have it next time, of course. But
yeah, we're okay after this round because we'll be on.
We'll be on. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think after knight f5, bishop f8, you can go knight h6 check even maybe. But yeah, and queen h5 and rook d5. But yeah, I mean, I think it would have been very dangerous anyway. But queen d4, queen g4. Oh, bishop b7 repeated. Queen h5 check. Oh, you can just see that they're not. Neither of them are quite sure how to attack this really, but now, but I mean, in general, if white doesn't get going now, then black's got everything that he wants. So yeah, an a5 happens. So it's looking very worrying all of a sudden for white. Knight d2. I mean, knight e5, to be honest, is quite dangerous with the idea of rook takes c2, and then queen d3 check.
Knight e5 here.
Yeah, this could be very dangerous. I mean, even knight a3 check is also very dangerous, of course. I mean, I think that there's
knight a3 check takes check. King a1.
Rook takes c2.
Yeah.
I'm thinking rook a2 check. So.
Yeah. No, that looks very
Knight b3. I've got a4. You know, I don't know. I mean, there's just loads of stuff really. You know that could conceivably be very, very dangerous in this position.
So we've got takes, queen c4. Okay, white should. I was going to say should swap queens.
Oh my goodness, there hasn't been. No, that must just be a miss. There can't be mouse click. Has there been a mouse click? But there can't be. It's all over the board.
Oh.
So queen takes c4 played, but then rook c7.
Rook c7.
Rook c7 is the next move played, but that's not.
Oh, I think they're just. I think something.
Okay.
I think it's interacting.
Yeah. Yeah. b3 and then rook c7. No, we must be back to the game then. Yeah. Okay. I would have, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean black's better here. I mean that's just two bishops and a better, a more mobile majority. So
yeah, they're both quite short on time actually. So it'll be. Let's see how we might as well watch this. Yeah.
I mean, white's black's better, but yeah, g5 now would be the natural move if you can do it, just to stop the knight coming to f4. Bishop d6 also a possibility. You just want to stop the knight coming to f4 to challenge that bishop. And then you should really be trying to expand kingside pawns and also maybe throw in an a4 somewhere. And you're just gonna try and gradually increase your space. I mean, that's the idea. So in principle should be quite an unpleasant position for white to defend this one. I think bishop d6 is probably the best line.
I'm just going to refresh my screen because I don't see the clocks ticking. Right, sorry, where were we? We were on this one. Okay.
Yeah, they're ticking down there. Oh, knight f4 has been allowed. That is annoying. That's not good for black. Because that bishop on d5, it protects the pawn on e6. So, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right, Gojet. It probably will be a draw, I think. But that's a real shame. You've probably got to go rook d7 now. And but then white will exchange off the bishop and you've lost most of your advantage there. Real shame there.
Oh, I missed the chat in here. Yes. So Mark's saying Christoph Siklecki recommended.
Yeah, also recommended. That's the book I was thinking of actually. It was Keep It Simple, and I think he did a repertoire for D4 and for E4. And oh, hi James. Oh, if I'd known James was in the chat, I would have started singing already. But, it's Christoph Siklecki with his Keep It Simple books. He recommended The Exchange French. Good books actually. Quite nice, really with the aim of not giving you too many variations, but and decent systems. So it's interesting to see, how some of those books really, they have a very big influence on things that people play. Yeah, the slightly irritating thing now for black is that he's got all these pawns on the dark squares. So a5, b4. So after I take on d5 and go bishop d4, for example, you'll have to play bishop d8 to cover it.
This black's not better now, is?
No, white's better if anyone's better now. It's a real shame for black there. Just one careful move and bishop d4 would have been a very bishop d4. Because black could play bishop c5 now here. But okay, he'll play king d3. It's draw offers. Draw offers, says Go Jetter.
Don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
White's going to play. Oh, the clock's just stopped. No, we had that too, Go Jetter, but now we've
just refresh your page. I think it could just be an IT thing.
So I'm in king d3 now, and you can look for c3. Look for c3, and then you're going to get an outside pass pawn. It's just, and you've got to defend it with black. It's just, but white's not really going for that. We'll see how white does it. I mean, I'd just be going for king d3, c3. Try and get an outside pass pawn, and then just let black cope with that. It's As I said, you know, I'm sure I've lost many such endings in Bullet. So you know, it's not something that you can do. It needs some thought. You know, it's not trivial. These sort of things.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know whether white can do anything on the kingside structure first. Go g4 or something. Would that be useful? I don't think so. I think not really clear. I'd maybe think that black should play h5, maybe, you know, just to taking there already. Yeah, I understand that sort of. I wonder. King d6. I think black should be playing h5 really to try and make sure that that if anything goes to g4, then lots of pawns can be exchanged. Pardon me. Dear me. I mean, in principle, I think there should still be a draw. You know, I mean, you should be able to cope with that. I mean, the king's coming round to c6, so then you can, you know, get into b5. White's completely winning. Good lord. Well, that's a shock. +5. Whoa.
Really?
I didn't think it was like that. Well, you can tell I didn't think it was like that. I don't think you should have taken on c3, put it that way. But I didn't think that was losing. I thought this would still be sort of holding. Crumbaloonies. Well, that's my GM assessment for you. Oh, actually, I think maybe what's going to happen is that white's going to get yeah, because I was thinking you were going to end up with a passed b pawn, but actually you could end up with a passed a pawn if you go a4.
Oh yeah. You could just go. Yeah. Oh, a4 first.
Yeah, and that could be unpleasant because that's
a4
way.
then, oh yeah, because you can't go bishop c5 because just bishop.
Yeah, because that's going to end up further away.
Okay.
That is going to be. Oh,
no, should have taken back with a bishop.
Yeah, could have taken back with the bishop there as well. I'm sure this. I don't know. I would have thought you could.
But maybe bishop d4 and bishop c5 here.
Yeah, +5.1. They're still saying
okay.
with a b pawn, it's still winning. My goodness.
Okay, good.
Okie dokie. Slightly surprised, to be honest, because I get to b5 with the king.
Right, we better not lose our h pawn.
Interesting. Just shows you how little I know. But here, this can't be. I mean, bishop d6 now. Seems odd to me. I don't really. I think, you know, it's the sort of thing where you say, well, if anyone's got any winning chances, it's white. But somehow, you know, in some positions, black's just active enough. You would have thought. So I just go bishop e7 here or something.
Because once that king goes to b5, you can't.
Well, no, I mean, you should be trying to, you know, distract the black king. That's why having an a pawn was amazing, right? I mean, that was because then the king's so. Oh, you set the board up wrong. It's equal.
Go Jetta.
Woo! Thank you, Go Jetta. That's I was going to say. I mean, it's definitely practical chances for white. I mean, that's not the question, but it's but I was you know, but I couldn't believe it was that winning. All right, well that's that. Whew. Okay, that's fine, and I'm not completely crazy. Ultimate troll, Go Jetta. That's
yeah.
Oh dear, no, this should be fine. And yeah, I mean, this has not gone right for white really. So
okay, the under 8 games are all finished. Was there any that we wanted to just check the finish?
I think we've seen them all actually. I think we've gone through all of those.
-0.2 Go Jetta. So it's actually slightly better for black.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, because now the pawn's blockade is the target. Now it's not a pass on anymore. Do you know that nobody has only just one person has hazarded a guess as to how old the player was who thought that. I'll send a reply in a little bit, just saying that it was in the British under-8s. Yeah, this is just even.
Okay, we're going to assume this one's a draw, and we will finish up here. We'll be back at 1:30 when the next round starts, if that works for you, Matthew.
That works for me. Great.
Okay. Thank you.
It's seven rounds, isn't it? The under-8s and under-10s. That's right.
Yeah. So this is round 5. Oh, let's do the one thing of check the results of the older age groups as well.
Yeah, because that's quite. That was 5 rounds, wasn't it? The older age groups.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. And chess results must be this one. Is that giving us the right thing? Okay, and so if we look at the under 18s, we will see round 4 in progress. Any results there yet? No, they are all still in progress. Top board.
Diamond Ort against Frankie Badaccioni, Stanbad's brother.
Yes.
Frankie GM, isn't it? Frankie GM, that's what he called himself.
Yes. Okay. And I'm going to just see in the under 14s, we have... there are Nina Pert was clear leader, actually, going into the round today, but has lost to Arjun Kalani.
It's not Frankie GM anymore, GoJetta says. It's Frankie AB.
AB, okay. Okay, and so that's under 14s, and let's see the under 12s as well. Under 12s. Okay, a draw on top board. Dennis Dupuy against Ethan Lee, and Kenneth Hobson has won on board 2, and Stanley Badaccioni has won on board 3. So in the lead, Kenneth Hobson and Dennis Dupuy.
Fantastic. All familiar names, actually, from stuff we've watched before. So quite funny to see that.
Yes. Okay, so good luck to all of those. And what we'll do is we'll have a break now, and we'll see you back here at 1:30. So thank you, everyone, very much for watching.
Thanks very much for watching.